So my goodness, how's it been this season? You guys have just done so much great stuff, and you're just like surprising us and just making it next level each episode. What's it been like for you, like stepping it up here?
I really feel like season 2 it's like season 1 was here and season 2 is up here. For me, like the experience of it, of filming it, you know, you go back for the second season, you already know everybody, so you can just kind of jump in where you left off, and I feel like that's what we're seeing in the show. Like episode 13, we really found what our show is about, the tone, you know, the relationships between all of us. So then in second season, it just feels like we're still here, we're just going up and up and up, which is an extremely exciting process.
And I think working together too, we've reached a level amongst the cast of I think doing the off-season of promotion, of traveling to all the cons and doing panels, you just form so much more of a team. Because sometimes on set, I mean, I wouldn't see, when I don't have storylines that cross with certain characters, you just don't really see that person. So I think doing the traveling together, we also just got tighter as people and as colleagues. And I think in season 2 that you can really see that the bond, because you get out of the initial kind of icebreakers. That's all so behind us now, so it's just time to play and we feel more comfortable.
Yeah. And both of you guys had like different balances, like with Nicole being like the bridge between Black Badge and like being a cop, and you playing like essentially 2 characters. Really, what's it been like for you trying to balance all of those aspects of the show?
You guys first?
I think for Nicole and for me too, I was really sad when I read episode 1 and Nicole wasn't in Black Badge. As an actor too, because I was so looking forward to being part of the supernatural storylines. And then as we progress in the season, she does get pulled into those storylines. But at first, for me, it was actually really great because as an actor, I was feeling a lot of feelings similar to what Nicole I think was feeling. This feeling of feeling like, oh, I'm so disappointed, and I feel like I'm on the outside and I can't be in that storyline, and that makes me sad. And so I think for me that journey was such a gift as an actor, because I felt like I was really feeling that in that moment, which is perfect.
For me, without sounding like a broken record, I feel like the luckiest actress in the world, because never in a million years would I would have expected that I got to play like both sides of the coin, you know, like the most kind of bubbly and upbeat, happy person, and then also like a very dark character. And when I first started, my main worry was just that I was going to take it too far. So I was like, how can I make sure that this is still subtle and I still have the subtleties, rather than making it too much of a caricature, like getting overexcited and just being like I'm googly, which wouldn't have been appropriate. So I just spoke to Emily and said, can you keep a check on it? And we kind of went from there, really. And yeah, it was a wonderful experience.
Is there anything you miss about playing the villain?
Oh, absolutely. I'm really going to miss Googly. Like I really thought, to be honest with you, that it would last a lot longer. Like when we initially touched the goo last season, I actually thought it was going to become part of Waverley. Like that was my initial thought. I thought maybe this would be something that then made her have supernatural abilities, rather than it be something that we had to get rid of. I'm really glad that it ended up being like this, to be honest, because I think Waverley's, the thing that is so wonderful about Waverley is she is the muggle that you root for. Like she wants to be front center despite the fact that she could get eaten alive, and I think that actually is her superpower, like her bravery. So I'm glad it worked out like that, but I was expecting for it to last a little.
Really? I was actually surprised that it was lasting as long.
Really?
Yeah, because I thought
it was so much fun.
I know. I think that's why.
It was so fun. Yeah,
I can see that. That makes sense.
There's such a big fan investment in the White Hot relationship. Does that impact
no one cares.
How you played it?
Yeah, like do you take it more seriously or feel more protective of it, considering how invested people are?
100%. Oh, definitely. But I think it's also the trick is to try. We had a few conversations about this year of trying to forget that too, because then you can really. I know for me, like I turn on that part of my brain, and it's really hard to forget that it's going to be all over the internet and every moment of every scene is going to be dissected and pulled apart, zoomed in on with little red circles and arrows, and I think it's so fun, and that's why you want to be on a fun show, is because you want people to savor every ounce of it, but as an actor you have to step back and try to forget about it.
Yeah, I think there's a real balance between it. For me, what we've gone through as people, that learning about the importance of the LGBT representation on TV and really understanding the community a lot more than we potentially did before, adds a certain pressure, because then you want to make sure that you do it justice and make them proud in every moment. And every time I look into Kat's eyes, I see the importance of it a lot more than I possibly did before. Or, when we have a tiff, I know it's going to hurt people, and you feel it a lot more. But then I had this realization at the beginning, and I actually spoke to Kat about it when we first arrived, and I was like, I think actually there's the flip side, which is like, the main thing that we have to do is play this truthfully, because that's actually, I think, what will make the LGBT community proud, is if we are telling the story completely as truthfully as possible. And I think that's actually what the representation needs. It's not, thinking too much. So you have to forget. So I try and, in the moment when we're acting, I forget about all of that stuff, but then it's also keeping a broader awareness of how much it's going to mean to people eventually, if that makes sense.
That's well said.
Alrighty, silly question time. Last year you were throwing cold spaghetti at each other. This year, if your character had to sing a karaoke song on the show, what would you do? What do you think they would crush or try?
Karaoke song.
You've already sang too. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Jeez.
I love you like a boomerang. No, joking. Something poppy. Taylor Swift, maybe? I think Waverly would go for like Taylor Swift.
Nice.
Or like an old school pop Spice Girls. Maybe that's just
That's so fun. I think Nicole would do like old school, something classic, like a cover of like a Johnny Cash. It's like something really romantic. I think Nicole's very old fashioned.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
You guys have fun.
Thank you guys. Yeah.